Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another video, another live stream, another show talking about Manchester United, Drama FC, Dressing Room FC at the moment, the reality show of Manchester United. Honestly, we are the Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I've just realised that I look a bit of a mess because I got rained on today. And also, the Man City Spurs game, City have just equalised. What the freaking hell is going on in that game? It looks like that it's a crazy game. I didn't watch. Well, I watched 10 minutes of the game, and I was like, I need to go on a walk. I need to get some fresh air. It stopped raining, so I didn't actually watch the game. And apparently, it's a crazy game. So trust me, thinking it'll probably be a Spurs part of the bus game. No, good game, 2-2. But I'm pretty sure that game's nearly over now. So if that's the case, hopefully people will join in the live stream and stuff. Probably not the best time to go live while the game is still on. But Brain Sample saying lucky City. Didn't City get a last-minute penalty? Did City get a last-minute penalty? Is that game over? Crazy game, though. I should have watched it, to be fair. I kind of wish I watched it. Is it full-time yet in the City game or not? It must be going full-time now. But Mara's 90 plus 2 penalty, so that's annoying. To be fair, I think as a United fan, that's the best result for us, a 2-2 draw. Because, look, I don't want Liverpool to win the league. I'd rather Man City win the league than Liverpool. But I want the City to drop points because I think it will make the title race more interesting. If City drop points, I think it will make the title race a lot more interesting. And also, I don't want Spurs to win because they're in competition with us for top 4. But I don't want Man City to win either. So I think the draw is a very, very good score. But Kane just scored. Has Kane just won it? Alice, why aren't you doing a watch-along? You're joking. Am I? You're joking. I'm missing one of the best games of the season, aren't I? Am I serious? Classic me, guys, aren't I? Are you guys trolling or did Kane just win it? Is Kane, what is going on here? Spurs bottled it. No, I think Spurs have bottled it. But I do know from the 10 minutes of the game I watched, and I do know just from looking on Twitter, that Harry Kane has had a masterclass. And I tell you why Harry Kane has had an absolute masterclass for Tottenham Hotspur, because he wants that Man City move. So, Kane, probably drops a masterclass as you would and all that. But guys, let me actually get into the video and all of that. Smash a like, smash subscribe. No freaking way what is going on in the Spurs game. I mean, look, you know what? I don't know why I feel gassed. I feel a bit gassed that Tottenham have won it. I know Tottenham are competition for top 4, but I feel a bit gassed that Tottenham have won it. I think the title race is on. I'd rather City win the league than Liverpool, but this title race could be interesting. Kane has just won it. Apparently, Kane's put in one of the best sort of results ever. Actually, it's bad for us Spurs taking the points, but there's a part of me that's like, oh, this is a good game. I tell you what, I knew I should have watched the game, and I knew I should have done a match reaction on the second channel. And then I had got a headache, and I was like, I need a walk, I need some fresh air. So I thought, let's not watch the game, let's not do a second channel video. Every time there's a good game on, I think, nah, it's not going to be a good game, and I miss it. I'm fuming. But there's going to be people not watching live. They're going to be fed up with me talking about the Spurs game. So I am going to go ahead and get into the Manchester United news, because we have been absolutely waffling for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Diego's coming with the early chat saying that he's fuming with jammy Chelsea. Please beat Leeds tomorrow. They're only 3 points off my Palace, says Diego. Yeah, you know what, Chelsea, I watched a bit of the Palace game, and I thought Palace were quite good against Chelsea. I thought Palace were quite good. I think Chelsea were lucky and all of that. And yeah, madness that Kane has scored and stuff. But guys, Manchester United play Leeds tomorrow. We've got to go and beat Leeds. And the funny thing is, Daniel James will return to Manchester United tomorrow. Be interesting to see what reception he's got. He's a nice lad. He worked hard. I don't think he should get a bad reception. I don't think he's good enough for us. I know he's gone to rivals, but I don't think Daniel James will get a bad reception. But what I think is really funny is Daniel James did an interview, and in the interview, they said to Daniel James, "All right, Daniel," they said to Daniel, will you celebrate if you score against Man United?" And he'll go, yeah, I'll celebrate. Well, good thing Daniel James won't be scoring tomorrow, because if he said he would celebrate if he did, fuck you, James. Now, I'd be pissed off if he celebrated. Like, imagine Daniel James goes like all Adebayor on us, like runs all. This is at Leeds. Runs all the way down to the Man United fans and just like points to the Leeds badge and is like, does the knee slide. I think honestly, I wouldn't piss me off if Daniel James scored against us and ran all the way to the away fans and celebrated in front of our fans, I'd actually just laugh at the shithousery because it's from an average player. I don't know why. Not that I think Daniel James will do that, but he did say he would celebrate. Is the ref still not blowing the whistle in the Spurs game? I tell you what, Man City, you're paying the refs. We all knew it and all of that. And Steve here with the chat saying Arsenal winning and Spurs beating Man U puts pressure on Man U tomorrow. Got to win, having the games in hand as well. Spurs could get fourth. Wolves are in that race. I tell you what, Spurs and Arsenal winning, we have to win against Leeds. We should win against Leeds. I think we will win against Leeds, but we've got to go and win against Leeds because Arsenal could go 5 points clear of us. If we win this game against Leeds, Arsenal got to win all 3 games that we haven't had on them to go 5 points clear of us. And I don't think Arsenal are going to go win 5 games in a row, but we've got to win this game against Leeds because we've dropped too many points. We dropped from a leading position versus Villa. We dropped from a leading position versus Burnley, and we've dropped from a leading position versus Southampton. You know, that's 3 draws in a row for Manchester United in the Premier League. That's 6 points. If we didn't drop those 6 points, we'd be, you know, comfortably in 4th. Even if Arsenal won their games in hand, they would still be behind us. But because we turned 3 winning positions into draws in the later stages of matches, we've efficiently dropped 6 points, which means we're in a situation where we've got to pretty much go and win every game. It has just ended, by the way, guys. Tottenham Hotspur 3 and Manchester City 2. What a crazy win for Tottenham Hotspur there. I mean, Kane just showing that he wants that move to Manchester City and all of that. But it has been a crazy, crazy game for football. And as crazy as it is that Spurs have won and it's a good game and a Kane winner, that is not good for Manchester United. That is not good whatsoever. We need to sort ourselves out and get that 3 points. But we're more busy talking about things that are going on off the pitch. Man United are too busy going, oh, I didn't say this, I didn't say this, I didn't say this, this is lies, this is true, dressing room drama. Manchester United are more busy keeping up with the Kardashians' dressing room right now than we are focusing on getting top 4. So we've got to go and beat Leeds. And smash a like if you think that Manchester United should beat Leeds. But let's get into the actual news of Drama FC, Dressing Room FC, whatever we're going to call the team that we support, PR FC, Social Media FC, whatever we want to call our team. Now, I'm going to call it 45 Minutes FC because every single game we've had a good 45 minutes and a shit 45 minutes. Okay, so we're going to be called 45 Minutes FC. But an interesting report has come out about Donny van der Beek. Now, if you've been living under a rock and you're not on Twitter or you just don't care because you know what, you're fed up with this keeping up with the Kardashian crap going around Manchester United. Tabloid United is an absolute good name. Harry Kane is world class. So Manchester United have had dressing room issues, guys. Unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you're aware that Manchester United have had dressing room issues. Now, it came out from Christian Falk a couple of days ago saying that Rashford and Maguire had a problem with Ronaldo. Rashford then tweeted calling Christian Falk a liar, which Christian Falk responded to calling Marcus Rashford a liar, saying, Rashford, you know it's true. Then the Mirror, linking to Christian Falk's story the next day, came out with this big explosive article talking about Ronaldo and Maguire conflict. Players in the dressing room do not back Maguire. Maguire could lose captaincy. Rangnick's actually told Ronaldo to be a mentor, not Maguire. Maguire may wear the captain's armband, but apparently Ronaldo's the real captain at Manchester United. And then this big story about Maguire refusing to give captaincy to Ronaldo and being angry with Ronaldo for demanding captaincy. And there was this massive thing that came from the Mirror. And yes, it did come from the Mirror, but again, it is more leaks. They have to be getting these leaks from somewhere, whether it's true or not. And then obviously Maguire came out and said it was not true. And then Ralf Rangnick obviously had a press conference yesterday talking about the leaks, talking about Drama FC, talking about everything that's been going on as well. And he said that it was not true. So basically, the Mirror said that Ronaldo and Maguire have a power struggle at Manchester United over captaincy, and there's been a blow with Rangnick. So this whole article came out saying Ronaldo and Maguire have had a big power struggle at Man United. They both want to be captain, which has caused Rangnick to intervene. Now, Maguire went and replied to this on Twitter saying that he's seen lots of reports about this club that are not true. And he said this was another one. He said he's not going to start posting about everything that's written, but he needs to make this one clear. He said that United are focused on Sunday. Enjoy your day, everyone. Now, Maguire said that not all the posts were true. And he said that we need to make this one clear, which is very good of him. I'm glad that Maguire addressed that. You know what? It's frustrating that Maguire and Rashford are having to come out and address that these reports are not true. It's also, is it true and they're doing it for social media? That's Manchester United. But I always say, there's a lot of people saying social media FC, PRC. I say, believe Maguire, believe Rashford. We believe our players. We don't believe the journalists. Let's just believe our players. They're there. The journalists like to make these stories to make cash. The players are only responsible for PR. But let's believe the players over the journalists. Let's not turn on Maguire. Let's not turn on Rashford. Let's believe players over journalists. But I'm really, really frustrated with leak this, leak that, leak this, leak that. Now, look, there could be a power struggle going on between Maguire and Ronaldo at Manchester United. I think there's something going on in the dressing room. I think for all these leaks to come out, and you can see by the body language on the pitch, you can see by the way we act on the pitch, there is dressing room divide at Manchester United. It's just to the extent of we don't know what dressing room leaks are true or not. There's definitely something going on at Manchester United, but I think it's glad that players are coming out and addressing that certain things are not true, which I think just puts us at rest. And whether the player's telling the truth or not, it doesn't matter. You believe the player. I believe Maguire's telling the truth. I believe Rashford's telling the truth. I believe there is some truth in these leaks, but I don't think everything the leak says is accurate. Now, I also want to say Ralf Rangnick responded to these, and Ralf Rangnick said on the reports of Maguire losing captaincy, Ralf Rangnick said he must say it's absolute nonsense and he's never spoken with any of the players about possible changes of captaincy. Rangnick said it's him that decides who is captain and he doesn't want to talk to anyone else about that. He said Maguire is our captain and Maguire will stay Manchester United captain. Rangnick said there were players unhappy until the close of the window because the squad was too big and players weren't getting game time. He says the atmosphere in the dressing room is a lot better than it was a few weeks ago because of the players that are left. A little dig at Donny there and Martial. Rangnick said against Brighton we were struggling in the first half as well. Blah, 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 blah. But going back to what Rangnick has said here, going back to all of that as well. And guys, make sure you smash the like, subscribe and all that. But this is really, really interesting. So Rangnick has come out and said Maguire will stay captain. He said the stories aren't true. Again, I will believe Ralf Rangnick. I will believe Rashford. I believe our players over journalists. Doesn't matter if you like the player or not. You as a United fan, we believe our players over journalists because journalists have more reason to lie than players do because journalists want those clicks. Okay, I still think there's some truth in the leaks, but I don't know what leaks are true or not. I don't know if the leaks been absolutely spin out of proportion. I do think there's dressing room divide. Ralf Rangnick even said there's dressing room divide, but it's improved since certain players have left. Now, Harry Maguire should not be Manchester United captain. Harry Maguire should not be starting for Manchester United. That is true. I think we can all agree Maguire should be on the bench. Maguire should be dropped. Okay, I think we can all agree that. I don't think Maguire should be Manchester United. It should be taken from him, but it now won't be taken from him because of the leaks. If the leaks are true that Maguire was going to lose captaincy to Ronaldo and Rangnick was going to give Ronaldo captaincy, it's not going to happen now if it was true. If these leaks never come out and Rangnick had given Ronaldo captaincy, then maybe the leaks could have been true. But the fact that there's been leaks coming out about a Ronaldo-Maguire captaincy issue now means there's no way in hell, whether there's been a conversation about it or not, that Rangnick's going to give Ronaldo captaincy. I said this in my video when the leaks had come out before Rangnick, Maguire, anyone had commented on it. I said, now there's leaks coming out about Ronaldo being given captaincy, it won't happen. Because let's say Rangnick goes and gives Ronaldo captaincy, everyone's going to think, well, that leak was true, so they all must be true. Rangnick now, even if the leak is true, there's no way Rangnick is going to strip Maguire of captaincy because it would prove that the leak was true. So because these reports have come out, it means that Maguire will 100% stay captain. And Rangnick has come out and confirmed that the leaks are nonsense and Maguire will stay captain. Now, guys, do you think Harry Maguire should be Manchester United captain or not? Let me know down below. Personally, I don't think Harry Maguire should be Manchester United captain. And do smash a like if you agree with that. I just think he's not a captain. I think he should be dropped. I think he shouldn't start tomorrow. Maguire and Varane will start tomorrow, but for me, it should be Varane and Lindelof. And that is due to Maguire being 80 million and people higher up saying that Maguire has to play and be captain because of his price tag, which, it's absurd how it run. But I want to go back to a comment made by Ralf Rangnick. And actually, indeed, I want to go back to a few comments that have been made by the Mirror, some leaks that have come out about Donny van de Beek. Now, I've got a couple of things to discuss about Donny van de Beek, the Everton game, some news that's come out and all of that. But Ralf Rangnick said in the press conference that players were unhappy until the close of the window. Rangnick said there was dressing room issues at Manchester United because the squad was too big. So Rangnick has confirmed there has been dressing room issues at Manchester United because the squad was too big. Players were not getting game time, which caused a negative atmosphere. Rangnick has said now certain players have left, the atmosphere has got better. The only players that have left are Donny van de Beek and Martial. And that is Rangnick slightly throwing Donny and Martial under the bus. Yeah? And the Mirror, and this is interesting, this is the interesting story. The Mirror have then come out and said that interim boss RALF RANGNICK has said the dressing room mood has risen since the Dutch midfielder joined Everton on loan last month. And there's been some stories sort of from the Mirror suggesting that Donny van de Beek was a cause for divide at Manchester United. Donny van de Beek was a player causing problems. Now, do I believe that is true? No. Do I believe having players like Donny, Jesse, Dean Henderson, Martial in the Man United dressing room that want to be playing regular football and aren't getting the game time they deserve cause problems? Yes, because if players are unhappy, if players want to leave, that does reflect negatively. But I believe that Manchester United are almost trying to throw Donny van de Beek under the bus here. There's a lot of leaks coming out. There's a lot of dressing room divide. And Manchester United have treated Donny van de Beek very, very poorly. And I wouldn't put it past Manchester United to almost try and scapegoat someone like Donny van de Beek or scapegoat someone like Martial for the problems that this club has, because that is something Manchester United would do. Now, from the way Frank Lampard has spoken about Donny, from the way the people at Everton have spoken about Donny, from sources coming from the Everton training ground about Donny, I would say that Donny van de Beek is not particularly doesn't seem like a player that would cause issues in training and all of that. But we have to think about the fact that I will talk about Donny's performance today. I thought Everton were crap, but I don't think Donny was the worst player on the pitch. Donny was bang average today. He was brilliant versus Leeds, was bang average today, but I don't think Donny was crap. I thought Everton were just crap in general. He's playing for a crap side. Let's be real. But Donny wasn't that player that you were like, he was shit today. He weren't like, oh wow, he's special, but he weren't still better than some of McTominay and Fred's performances. Donny was okay today. He was really good last time for Everton. But in that first sort of half an hour for Everton, Donny looked very, very good in that double pivot. Now, Donny van de Beek's only played 2 games for Everton and looked decent in the double pivot. That first game, he looked better than McFred had all season. And that says to me, there has to be more reason to why Donny was not starting at Manchester United. You know, there's sort of reports and suggestions coming out and rumours that it was more for non-footballing reasons to why Donny didn't start. There was a rumour that came out saying that if Donny started a certain amount of games, we had to give Ajax a certain amount of an add-on fee. I don't know if that's true or not, so do not hold me to that. It's just, you know, when you see something on Twitter and you're like, it could be true, it might not be true. But I saw someone tweet today, there has to be non-footballing reasons behind why Donny van de Beek has not started for Manchester United, because let's be real, has there ever been a player that's come to Manchester United with the profile of Donny van de Beek and actually just not been given a chance? Like, Donny van de Beek didn't start a single Premier League game for Manchester United this season when Phil Jones has, when Daniel James has, when McTominay and Fred were consistently crap and we were losing so many games. It doesn't matter if Donny was crap or not. Like, the fact that we were so bad and we were so short on midfielders, yet we didn't even give him one start, even when he did prove himself in a few 45-minute spells, for me, sums up that there was some kind of ulterior motive behind not playing Donny van de Beek. I still, to this day, whether Donny ends up being really crap for Everton, believe there is an ulterior motive behind why Man United didn't play van de Beek. Is there non-footballing reasons behind it? Is it to do with money? Is it to do with favouritism? I think favouritism, Manchester United, that's something we know. And we know Manchester United as a club, it doesn't matter who the manager is, there is power and strings attached to every single manager. I think we all know this. Manchester United do influence what the manager does. They shouldn't. The manager should be allowed to choose who comes in, who goes out. The manager should be allowed to choose his starting lineup. The manager should be allowed to choose who takes holiday or not. But we know the board gave Jesse Lingard a holiday without informing RALF RANGNICK. We know the board didn't buy who RALF RANGNICK wanted, and the board didn't sell players that RALF RANGNICK said they could sell. We know our board has undermined every single manager that's come in since Sir Alex Ferguson. And it's very, very obvious that the board has undermined every manager that's come in post Sir Alex because, you know, look at the results. Look, good managers not doing much because the board have undermined them. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if there was some reason where the managers could not start Donny. Because how can Maguire start every single game and never be dropped, even when he's consistently crap? How can players like Ronaldo get dropped? How can players like Varane get dropped, Rooney get dropped, Pogba get dropped for a few bad games, but Maguire never get dropped? How can Donny never get a start when he's literally the only player fit in his position? McTominay's actually injured and we play an injured McTominay over Donny. Why is that? Power higher up. I do still believe to this day the board do not want to lose face for spending 80 million on Maguire and do not want it to be seen as an tell rider to play every game. I believe that there is non-footballing reasons to why Donny van de Beek never got given a chance. Now, Donny wasn't brilliant at Everton today, but he never got a chance at Manchester United in the pivot to prove what he can do. If you get what I mean. Was Donny better than Pogba, Bruno? No. And Van der Beek more of a forward cam? I think Van der Beek is a pivot player. And Van der Beek was just a backup in case one of them got injured. But even as a backup, you give him a chance. Liverpool have loads better midfielders than us. Keita gets a chance. Harvey Elliott gets a chance. Curtis Jones gets a chance. Thiago gets a chance. Fabinho, Henderson. All of Liverpool's players get a chance starting the midfield. Donny doesn't. Daniel James gets a chance. Donny doesn't. Mata gets a chance. Donny doesn't. Phil Jones gets a chance. Donny doesn't. You know, Manchester United have consistently thrown Donny van der Beek under the bus. And it does really, really frustrate me. It does. I mean, look, smash a like if you don't like how United treat Donny van der Beek. Paul, big up Paul, says that we better beat the dirty Leeds tomorrow. It's a massive must-win game tomorrow. Yes, it is. Guys, smash a like if you do want us to beat Leeds tomorrow. And yeah, Donny was a beast at Ajax. United watched him by not giving him game time. This club is run by certain players. That's why we're in a loser state. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And look, Donny would be given opportunities. He was at Liverpool. It's true. And proper baller, throw Ollie and United under the bus. Yeah. Manchester United just known for throwing people under the bus. We're on a title charge, so I'm assuming you don't support United if you're saying that. It's bizarre that the club spent decent money on Donny. Why didn't they want to give him a chance? And that's the thing. They said he's not physical enough in the Premier League, but Donny went and bulked up in the summer, and Donny's more physical than Fred. So it makes absolute no sense. But what really frustrates me and annoys me about the Donny van der Beek situation is that Man United are now coming out saying the club is in a better state since Donny's left. The club is not in a better state since Donny's left. It's not. There's still the leaks coming out. I almost felt like Man United are trying to blame Donny for being the leaker when he's obviously not, because there's still leaks coming out. You know, I don't know what is going on at Manchester United, but they were almost sort of trying to be like, yeah, the squad's so much better now, Donny's gone. And it's almost like United are trying to say there's some non-footballing reasons to why we never gave Donny a chance. Because I don't believe there's footballing reasons to why we never started Donny van der Beek. I do not believe that. I do not believe our sole reason for not starting Donny is because he's not physical enough when he would easily beat Fred in a physical battle. Fred gets pushed off by some of the weakest players. It makes no sense. And the fact that the Manchester United are basically hinting that the dressing room is better environment now Donny's left, it's just like, are we trying to blame Donny for the dressing room divide? Are we trying to blame Donny for the leak report? Because I wouldn't put it past our owners. I wouldn't put it past Manchester United doing some PR spin on someone like Donny and Martial and blaming them. Because you know what? Manchester United know exactly who's leaking reports. And they refuse to name and shame them. Gary Neville said, out of journalistic respect, he will not name who's been leaking the reports at Manchester United. Screw journalistic respect. Name that player. Name that player. I bet he won't name the player because the English, they know who's responsible for the leaks at Manchester United. They know who's causing the problem at Manchester United. Yet there's sort of reports throwing Donny under the bus when Donny's not at United right now. Infuriates me. You know what? I'm fed up with the leaks. I'm absolutely fed up with the leaks. You know, I tell you what, all they eat in that dressing room is leek soup because I feel I'm fed up with it. Whoever's doing the leaks needs to stop, okay? It could be someone that's an irrelevant coach at the club that we don't know, but whoever's doing the leaks at Manchester United needs to stop. It's annoying. It's not right. It's just, you know, the leaks might be true. The leaks might be false. It's frustrating because we don't know the extent of the leaks. We don't know if they are true. They don't know if they're false. But the fact that the leaks are coming out is something we should stop. We live in a world where you can't stop leaks coming out totally. But the leaks wouldn't be coming out if we didn't give them a reason to come out. If our dressing room seemed really united, if we were getting good results and playing well, there wouldn't be the leaks coming out. We need to give a reason for no leaks to come out. The leaks are coming out whether it's true or not because it's believable with the way that Maguire looked furious that Ronaldo scored. So it's believable that Maguire might not like Ronaldo. We need to give the leakers no reason to put leaks out. We need to be really good. We need to play like a team that wants to be there. We need to play like a team that works well together. We don't play like a team. The way we play, we look like a team with a squad divide. We look like a team where not everyone's there because we don't play as a team. And that's given a reason for leaks to come out. Our best way of stopping leaks is almost giving them no reason to release leaks. Like giving them no reason whatsoever. I don't know why my camera's blurred a little bit there. I do apologise. Guys, make sure you smash a like if you have not already, by the way. And of course, do go and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. Someone says that Van der Beek has a lot of talent, but the same behaviour as Balotelli. I don't believe that's the case. Frank Lampard actually came out and he said that. Sorry, it's just my camera's not focused. Frank Lampard said that Donny is a top professional. He, even when he didn't play much, he kept himself in good shape and trained a lot. and all of that. And I just don't want to speculate, but Dean has to be part of it. I feel like him being super unhappy and threatening to leave and wanting wage increases has been around in articles for years. And look, we don't know who's doing the leaks at Manchester United, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was an English player, because I think if he wasn't an English player, Gary Neville would have come out and said it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the player that's not playing, because if Man United know who's responsible for the leaks, surely they wouldn't play that player. You know, if Man United found out that it was McTominay doing the leaks, it's not McTominay doing the leaks. Why would he? Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't play McTominay. If you're Ralf RANGNICK and you found out one of your players has actually been bitching about you to the media, taking the mick out of you, taking the mick out of your coaches, gone and told the media, then when you were in your job for 3 weeks, said that you weren't good enough, gone and told the media, would Ralf RANGNICK start that player? No. Let's be real. Whatever player is responsible for the leaks is at Manchester United right now and is not playing. Now, there could be a situation where actually it's not been any of the players responsible for the leaks, really. It's been a coach, it's been someone on the outside, it's been the board, and they're trying to put blame onto the players. But whoever it is, and Man United know who it is, I tell you what, they're not playing regularly, and whoever it is needs to stop. Whoever is giving these leaks to the media absolutely needs to stop, especially the leak now going on Donny van de Beek. And I feel like that's come from the board. I wouldn't put it past the board to turn the situation on Donny. I actually have a theory. Guys, that some of the leaks at Manchester United have actually come from the board. Have you noticed that we were playing really, really well post-January transfer when we weren't getting points? There was no reason for negative leaks to come out about RANGNICK and his coaches after the Middlesbrough game, after the Burnley game. Yes, we didn't win those games, but we played well. So there was no actual logic in the leaks that came out after those games saying that Man United weren't progressing, because we could see we were progressing in performance, which makes me think we've had an awful January transfer window. We didn't back the manager, so people are turning on the owners again. I generally believe that the owners do not want us to turn on RANGNICK and want us to turn on the players, not them. I wouldn't put it past our board. I wouldn't put it past our owners, because they only think about their self and their PR, because the Man United PR affects their money. They only think about themselves. I wouldn't put it past our board to almost be responsible for the leaks and try and make us turn on the players. I wouldn't be surprised if our board were responsible for the leaks to make us turn on the players and turn on RANGNICK. The Glazers want us to turn on RANGNICK. The Glazers want us to turn on our players, not them. But we were turning on the Glazers because of how little we spent in January. We absolutely were. And the Glazers will throw RANGNICK under the bus like they threw Ollie under the bus. The Glazers do not care about the manager. They do not care about the players. They care about their money. They care about their dividends. If they threw Ollie under the bus. They sacked Ollie, no one else. They don't care. They're clueless. I wouldn't put it past Glazers to leak the reports themselves and try and pretend it was Donny leaking them and throw someone under the bus. I would not put that past the Glazers. I would not put that past the Manchester United board. There is a leaker. It could be Dean Henderson. It could be a player. But I also wouldn't put it past our board. I do not like our board. I do not trust our board one bit. And I think the timing of the leaks to try and spin it on the players and spin it on RANGNICK makes me feel like it could be the board, because that was a time where the board was really, really under pressure as well. And that's just a theory of mine. You know, we all have our theories as well. Donny and Martial are playing well at their respective clubs. Yeah, our club is coming out with a load of crap. You know, I hope Donny and Martial do really well when they're part of the plans for next season as well. Liverpool back in the title race. How are we feeling? Guys, who would you rather win the league? Let me know down below. Liverpool or City? Leagues come out whenever the greatest selfish player of all time plays. I don't think that is the case. I just think we're Manchester United, we're the biggest team in the world. The leaks are going out. People say it's Maguire and Rashford leaking. I think the fact that the leaks have been anti-Maguire and Rashford sums up that it's not Maguire and Rashford leaking. Steve says he owes Donny. It comes Everton's best player. Me too. And bad behaviour. Ollie and RANGNICK praised Donny van de Beek's training and attitude, and he seemed like he never kicked up a fuss. Exactly. Every single coach is praised Donny's attitude. Every single coach has praised, and even Lampard's praised Donny's work rate, Donny attitude. I just think this is the board trying to find someone to throw under the bus. I think it's the board absolutely trying to find someone under the bus. That's what I feel about it. Now, guys, I've got a really interesting story for you. You're going to like this story. Samuel Luckhurst, who obviously gets direct sources from the club, has given us an update on Manchester United's managerial pursuit. And Ralf RANGNICK apparently likes Ten Hag. Apparently, Ten Hag has always felt more aligned with Ralf RANGNICK, but Pochettino is the player's pick. At this stage, the talk of a favourite pick is still premature. Now, RANGNICK wants Ten Hag. The players want Pochettino. Who do you listen to? RANGNICK? Who do you listen to? The players. You listen to Ralf RANGNICK. If these players at Manchester United believe that they can choose the manager, they can choose the next manager, That sums up us. There is a power struggle at Manchester United. There's people being thrown under the bus. There's leaked news reports coming out. There are issues at Manchester United. There is a player struggle. You can see with the dressing room vibes. You can see with the things coming out. There's too much player power at Manchester United. Ollie caused this, the board have caused this, but most importantly, the Glazers have caused this. This overrise in player power at Manchester United. It's not good enough at all. Okay, Ten Hag is available in the summer. Ralf Rangnick wants Ten Hag. Ralf Rangnick has spoken to the board and he's like, Ten Hag is the guy. The players are going, oh, we want Poch, we want Poch. If we go choose Poch under Ten Hag, that will show our board don't give a fuck about the manager. They'll just get who the players want and they'll throw another manager under the bus. And the reason none of the managers have properly succeeded since post-Sir Alex Ferguson is because the board are throwing every single manager under the bus. We should not. I let you guys. Do you want Poch? Do you want Ten Hag? It doesn't matter. But we buy who Ralf Rangnick wants. Ralf Rangnick has experience in improving football clubs, improving structure of the football club. If Ralf Rangnick is a technical guy, Ralf Rangnick is an intellect. If Ralf Rangnick wants Ten Hag, we get Ten Hag. I swear, if our board ignore Ralf Rangnick, who'll be in a consultancy role, who should be choosing the next manager, and go and get who the players want in Poch, it's an absolute disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. I tell you that now. We should be going for who we need, not who the players want. Guys, I just want to go out and say, please do smash a like on the video if you have not already. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you're unaware, I do daily Manchester United content on the channel. I go live every single day on Alice Talks Football. And I am going to be live tomorrow for a Manchester United versus Leeds watch long. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe because I will be doing a watch long for Man United versus Leeds tomorrow. And all of that. Alice, do you think we can win the Premier League with the squad? With Sir Alex, love your content from Nigeria. Maybe if Sir Alex Ferguson had this squad, Man United could win the league. Because one thing about Sir Alex is this shit didn't happen under Sir Alex. I think it was Gary Neville that was saying the stuff that's happening at Manchester United never would have happened under Sir Alex. Because no player would ever speak up against Sir Alex. Sir Alex Ferguson was so respected, such a powerful figure, that the players didn't get too big for their boots. There are too many egos. There's too many players too big from their boots. There's too many players at Manchester United that can't take criticism. The problem is if you can't take criticism and you get offended by criticism, you can't improve as a player. Ronaldo became the player he is because the Man United players would criticise him and he'd want to learn from them. Every single player's attitude at Manchester United should be, if Ralf Rangnick criticises me, that's a good thing. I can learn from him. But I tell you what, the leaked reports that were anti-Ralf Rangnick is probably because Ralf Rangnick said how it is to a few players. Ollie told the players what they wanted. Ollie gave it to the players way too easy. I guarantee you, Ralf Rangnick went and told the players how it was. And some of the players at Man United don't like Ronaldo telling them to step up. They don't like Rangnick telling them to step up. So they go to the media and complain. That shit would not happen under Sir Alex Ferguson. If Sir Alex told you to step up, you'd be like, okay, I need to step up. Because Sir Alex knows best. Look at what he's achieved. And we need to get those players back in shape so they respect the manager. Look at how the Liverpool players respect Klopp. Look at how the City players respect Guardiola. Yes, Klopp and Guardiola are one of a kind. And yes, Rangnick isn't a Klopp or Guardiola. But look at what Ralf Rangnick's CV is. These players should be respecting Ralf Rangnick. If you're Marcus Rashford, now I'm not saying that Marcus Rashford has disrespected Ralf Rangnick. I don't believe Rashford has disrespected Ralf Rangnick. But if you're someone like Marcus Rashford and Ralf Rangnick comes to you and he says, Rashford, look, you're overcomplicating your game. You're a good player. You just need to stop thinking. You need to just, you need to add more intellect to your game. Rashford will go, okay, cool. I want to learn. I want to learn the performance analysis. I want to learn tactics. I want to have a more intellect mind in the game. That's what Rashford should be doing. And maybe that is what Rashford's doing. But some players will see Rangnick is criticising them as, oh, Rangnick, shut up. You don't know F4. Go complain to the media. Rangnick's criticising them and go chat shit about Rangnick. And that is the club that we are today. Some players, when they criticise, complain at those who are criticising them rather than wanting to learn from them. Cristiano Ronaldo has won it all. And not only has Cristiano Ronaldo won it all, but Cristiano Ronaldo has won it all at Manchester United. And players at Manchester United don't like Ronaldo when he criticises them. If Cristiano Ronaldo criticises you, it's constructive criticism. You, as a Manchester United player, you should want to learn from Ronaldo. The most elite mentality, won it all at Manchester United. But there's players at this club that don't want to learn from Cristiano Ronaldo. They want to complain about him. And this is why we've got leaks. This is why we've got dressing room divides. This is why we are the state that we are. Because we've let this dressing room lose control. The Glazers have let it lose control. Ollie made it too easy for them. The dressing room would never be like this under Sir Alex because he'd never let them lose control like this. And I think, you know, this team is a brilliant team. This is the best team we've had since Sir Alex Ferguson, but so many unlikable characters. Maybe if Sir Alex was still, we would have got a win because he would have got them in shape. He would have got them drilled. Maybe we could win a trophy if Sir Alex was here, but he's not here. And when you've got owners, and I tell you this now, when you've got owners that undermine a manager, when you've got a board that undermine a manager, players will think it's okay to disrespect the manager too, because they see that everyone else is disrespecting the manager and can get away with it, so players think they can too. So not, you know, it's not just on the players, it's the board don't lead by example at Manchester United as well. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. Man United almost going a decade without a title and 14 years without a Champions League. It's an absolute disgrace. City will go on a run of games now after losing to Spurs. That's what City do, says Paul. Someone says sell the troublemakers like Maguire. I don't think Maguire's a troublemaker. I just think he needs to be dropped on current form. What happened to Lingard? Dino just not playing much. I'd like to see Lingard play more, but he's not. A manager who would build football through the youth and help the senior team go one up and win trophies. We need such kind of manager who knows how to bring the best out of the whole club and team. Absolute facts. Guys, who is your first choice manager for next season? Mine is Ten Hag, but do let me know down below. The players, media, refs, and FA are all terrified of Fergie. Exactly. 100% facts. I think we can find problems with every person apart from De Gea right now. Yeah, I think the Varane scene's pretty low maintenance as well. You know how Manchester United, if you know that we all know the Manchester United fan base. There's Pogba FC, there's Martial FC, there's Donny FC. It's Pogba versus Bruno, Rashford versus Martial. There's the LUHG, Luga accounts, whatever they're called. Look, Man United fan base is one of a kind. There's people that will cream every time Martial scores, and there's people that think Martial's shit. There's people that compare our players. There's people that support players of the club. But I'll tell you one thing. I think every Man United fan can agree that Varane is just likeable. Like, that Varane is not an issue. He's just likeable. Do you know what I mean? He's absolutely likeable. I feel like you can't dislike Rafael Varane. And honestly, right now, I don't get why players can dislike Jadon Sancho, because Jadon Sancho has been absolutely brilliant lately. I think Varane is one of the least dislikable people ever. I think we can agree on that. And you know, it's absolutely mad. Also, everyone's saying that we should have got Conte because Spurs have beat Man City. Oli beat Man City 3 times. It doesn't mean if a manager beats City, he's world class. No, I think Conte is a world class manager, but you get my point, right? You get my point. People saying, "Oh my God, we should have got Conte." Well, Oli beat Spurs 3 times, so it is what it is. Guys, please do smash a like on the video if you haven't already. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, and more, make sure you smash a like. And I'm going to read out a tweet that I've seen today, guys. I want your opinion on this. I want your opinion on this. First of all, let me read this. Ten Hag first choice, probably Poch second, but no gaffer can generally be successful with our structure, says Andrew. Absolute fact. Smash a like if you agree with Andrew there. And Diego said he thinks the owners will go for Koch. And United need new manager with a system gameplay, not apprentice manager. And Man United need a new board, a new system. I think, you know, that's what we do know. United is a club which can make Haaland look like Benteke and Rice look like Cleverly. That is absolute facts. But I've got a tweet for you guys, and I want your guys' opinion on this. 70 million for Jadon Sancho is a far better signing than 100 million for Jack Grealish. Agree or disagree? Let me know down below. Because everyone said that Grealish is better than Sancho. Jadon Sancho is younger than Grealish by 5 years. Jadon Sancho was 30 million cheaper than Grealish, and Jadon Sancho has been better than Grealish this season. Sancho, playing for a worse team, has been better than Grealish this season. Sancho also doesn't have Premier League experience like Grealish does. Sancho was also cheaper than Grealish. Sancho was also younger than Grealish. People still to this day say that Sancho is a flop and Grealish isn't. Sancho, in my opinion, has been a better signing than Jack Grealish. Let me know who you think's been a better signing, Sancho or Jack Grealish. And also, flop of the season, Jadon Sancho was not a flop at Manchester United. I think can we agree on that? I am fed up of people saying Sancho's a flop. Is Sancho a flop? Not in my eyes. Would you say Sancho's a flop? No. Sancho, for me, is not a flop at Manchester United. I'm fed up of people saying he's a flop. Just because he hasn't stat-patted doesn't make him not a flop. Yes, he was slow getting started under Oli, but since Oli's left, Sancho's been good. The goals and assists and the numbers will pick up, but he's been good. He's our brightest spark, with Martial on loan, with Greenwood fucking up his career, with Rashford out of form. Sancho was our brightest spark, and we've got 2 37-year-old strikers up top as well. Sancho, for me, is not a flop. I just want to say that now. I think Lukaku's the flop of the season for me. Who would you guys put down as flop of the season? But for me, I'd say Lukaku's flop of the season if I had to get mine. Not Sancho. Not Sancho in the slightest. I think the disrespect towards Sancho's... You know what? This is a good comment. Diaz is on fire at Liverpool. Oh my God, guys. I hate Liverpool. I'm thinking brilliant. Salah's aging, Mane's aging. Liverpool are going to be crap again soon. Jota, Diaz, they go to Liverpool, they're brilliant. The scouting at Liverpool is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It infuriates me. The coaching at Liverpool's top quality. I say this now. Man City have a better squad, but I take Klopp over Pep. Klopp has coached. Klopp doesn't buy superstars. Klopp buys decent players and makes them world class. Okay? The way that Liverpool coaching is, the way the Liverpool system is, anyone that joins Liverpool is good. Man City buy big names and they're good or they're okay, and they work under Pep or they don't work. Klopp gets just decent names and then they become good system players under Liverpool. It infuriates me how good the coaching is at Liverpool. Infuriates me because you think Salah and Mane aging, going soon. They've got Diaz and Jota to replace Salah and Mane. Diaz and Jota look brilliant. And they didn't spend that much money on them. Man City spending 100 million breeders, fuck all. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy how good coaches and a good system and good scouting and good structure can just control a football team. And this is why we're miles behind Liverpool. This is why we're miles behind Man City, because the structure at Liverpool is so much better. They see their players are aging. They buy two sort of young players and they mould them into the squad. So by the time that Salah and Mane leave Liverpool, they've got Diaz and Jota ready, who are already brilliant, already scoring goals. Not that expensive. Kanate to sort of Matic and Van Dijk back up. You know, they've got Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, who's come through and Klopp's made them look good. Like, why can't Man United do that? Why can't Man United do that? I want to. Diaz is sort of a Man United player, but not anymore. Our coaches and scouts are rotten. And, you know, me and Manchester United, Fergie stopped Liverpool winning a title for 20 years. And I feel like we're going to go into a 10-year period where Liverpool is still better than us, where City is still better than us. City have been better than us every year since Fergie's left. And I feel like every year until the Glazers go, City and Liverpool will be better than us. And I am fed up. I'm absolutely fed up as a Manchester United fan, watching how clear Manchester City and Liverpool are of us. They're so clear. It is just, it's just infuriating me. And the worst part is, you know, United could become a better team, but it's just the little basic things like not buying anyone in January, neglecting a CDM for 3 seasons, then the hesitancy to drop Maguire, the hesitancy to start Donny van de Beek. You know, the sending some of our best players out on loan, selling the wrong players, playing players that have been poor and don't deserve to start, rewarding players that aren't good enough to be at Manchester United because they're passion merchants. We set ourselves up to fail with favouritism, with the lack of backing of the manager, the undermining of the manager, and also the disrespect to the manager by the board makes some players feel like they can disrespect the manager, which causes player power issues, which causes dressing room issues, which causes divide, which causes leaked reports, which causes the mess of this football club. We need some structure. We need a board that care. Now, Woodward is gone. Boom. Richard Arnold reportedly is going to get a deputy sporting director in to do the footballing responsibility of his job. And we've also got a sporting director, John Murtaugh, appointed last year. Rangnick is going to go in a consultancy role. So hopefully that is the start of a change at Manchester United. But I don't believe that. I think purely we're giving Rangnick that consultancy role for PR. You know, I feel like that. I will say, John Murtaugh's first transfer window, Sancho, Varane, Ronaldo, brilliant. Ed Woodward's last transfer window, 150 million spent on Daniel James, Harry Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. John Murtaugh spent less on Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho. I will say John Murtaugh better than Ed Woodward. There has been an improvement. But I still think no matter what we do, Rangnick can say, oh, we should get this CDM. The board will go, no, it's 60 mil. Let's undermine Rangnick. Let's get the cheaper option. Man United need to learn. The board need to give control to the footballing brain. The board needs to go, it's not about money. We give control to the footballing game. And let the footballing brains at Manchester United, and actually get some of the footballing brain at Manchester United, choose the next manager. Don't go for Poch because the players want Poch. Rangnick wants Ten Hag. Go for Ten Hag. But also make sure you get the coaches that Ten Hag wants. Make sure you get the players Ten Hag wants. But actually do that consistently for a few years. Don't back Ten Hag for one summer, then leave him out to dry the next summer and wonder why it's gone stale. Back Ten Hag, 3-4 seasons, get him the coaches he wants, get him the players he wants, sell the players he doesn't want, listen to him. Because the board have undermined so many managers by refusing to sell players that the managers want to sell, sold. And when a manager wants a player sold and the board refuse to sell that player, then the manager is stuck with a player they don't want. And that player won't play, so that player is unhappy, which causes a dressing room divide, which all comes down to the board. When the board doesn't buy the player the manager wants and buys the cheaper alternative, that player is not who the manager wants, and they're not going to play as well. And the board has caused so many issues at Manchester United. If they just did what Liverpool did, if they just did what City did, we wouldn't be in this mess. But our owners are stupid. They're absolutely stupid. We've spent nearly as much money as Manchester City in the last 10 years, but we're miles behind them. Because despite spending nearly as much money as Manchester City, we've not spent it smart. We've tried to spend it in a way that we think we could make more money out of it. If we spend smart, we actually spend less. So instead of spending stupid money on stupid players, spend smart, invest for 3-4 years and build a squad. Get Champions League football consistently. If we invested smart, if we implement the right system, we wouldn't need to be spending hundreds of millions on stars to get us back in the top 4. We wouldn't, and we'd get that money for being in the top 4. So if we just got a manager in, got them who they wanted for 4 consistent seasons and actually built something, we'd end up spending less. Look at Liverpool. They backed Klopp for 2-3 seasons to get him where he was. Liverpool barely spent anything the last couple of summers, and all the money they did spend came from bloody Coutinho. We need to do something like that. But we won't, because we're absolutely run by idiots. We spent money into a brand instead of football, and you're absolutely right there, Bronsus. United care more about their image. United care more about their look. United care more about their brand than we do as a football club. And that is why we are so far behind where we want to be. Why we're so far behind Liverpool, why we're so far behind City, because the Man United owners don't see us as a football club. They sort of see us as a brand. What's going to look good for the brand? What's this? What's that? And it's the most frustrating thing about Manchester United. We are a football club. We need to act like a football club. We don't act like a football club at all. We don't act like a football club in the slightest. We act like a business of stupid businessmen. And the Glazers are a business of stupid businessmen. The Glazers are thick. Like, they're in debt. Like, they're thick. But they're smart enough to buy Man United and just milk as much money as they can. That is not me. Let's block that person. I don't know who that is. Piss off. And Erling Haaland may be the solution of Man United problems. Look, I'd love Haaland, but realistically, he's not going to join he's not going to join Man United. Why would Haaland join Man United? Like, seriously, why would Haaland join Man United? Because Haaland's smart. He's going to go, well, if I play for Man United, I'm going to be stuck in that graveyard shift where I get absolutely no service. Haaland's going to be stuck in that graveyard shift where he gets absolutely no service whatsoever. Okay? And Haaland doesn't want to go for a team that's not sustainable where he gets no service, because it might actually derail his career. Because I hate saying this, but how many careers have almost been ruined or derailed by Manchester United? How many? A lot. A lot. And it's annoying. Donny's career, ruined. How many good players have come to United and been shit? So many. And yeah, maybe it's to do with the player's work ethic. A lot of it is. Bruno comes in, he's brilliant. A lot of players come in, they're brilliant. But when, you play for a team as unsustainable as Manchester United, manager out, manager in, wrong players out, wrong players in, no system, it's going to be hard for players to succeed. As well, the system of Man United it's just crap, isn't it? And that's why I want someone like Ten Hag in. Interesting story, guys. Interesting story here. Samuel Luckhurst was asked about the Tchouaméni to Manchester United rumours, and Samuel Luckhurst said that Manchester United told him in the summer that Tchouaméni is not a target, which is a shame. Which is an absolute shame, because Manchester United should be going for Tchouaméni. It also came out that Manchester United have begun their process of searching for a new manager, and the list options to Ten Hag and Pochettino, but they're not ruling out other options. And apparently RANGNICK is going to be involved in full board meetings choosing the next manager, which is brilliant. Also, I do want to say, stat of the day, Kevin De Bruyne was dispossessed 31 times today, but you won't hear about it because his name's not Bruno Fernandes. I tell you what, Kevin De Bruyne has been crap this season. People are saying how bad Bruno's been this season. No one's talking about how crap Kevin De Bruyne has been this season when Bruno's been levels ahead of Kevin De Bruyne. And that's because the Bruno agenda, the Man United agenda, is a thing. It is an absolute thing, and it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And also for me to waffle on as well. I do want to waffle on. I want to waffle on. Wayne Rooney. Can we just? I know I'm waffling and I'm going off point, but can we just talk about Wayne Rooney for just a couple of minutes here? All right, Wayne Rooney. Okay, what he's doing at Derby is crazy. You know, they had what 7 or 8 first-team players available for Wayne Rooney. Had to go into the academy, had no money, 21-point deduction, and he might keep Derby up. If Wayne Rooney keeps Derby up, that goes down as one of the best achievements by an English manager in history. Top 10. That is, if Wayne Rooney keeps Derby up, that is crazy shit. Like, that is, like, I'm just saying, I hope Wayne Rooney becomes a Fergie level manager. I think Wayne Rooney's got that mentality where he won't let himself be disrespected. We need something like that at United. But I want Wayne Rooney to keep Derby up. I want Wayne Rooney to have a good season in the Premier League. I want Wayne Rooney to win some trophies. And then I want Wayne Rooney to come back to Man United and succeed. But I won't take Wayne Rooney unless he proves himself in the Premier League and wins a trophy before it comes to United. But he's doing a brilliant job. And I think we need to put a bit more, I think people are starting to put respect on Rooney's name, because what he's doing at Derby is crazy. Honestly, I'm not even sure United need to bring in a big name manager. They just need to bring in someone who can lead the club to where they should be, like Celtic brought in. And I'm not too familiar with Celtic, but we need the right names. I don't think Man United need to go out and buy superstars. Liverpool haven't gone out and brought superstars. Liverpool have invested wisely in the right players. Liverpool buy the players that the coaches want. And what Liverpool do is they scout players that are good and that they know the work will work for the coaches. The coach tells the scouts they want a certain type of player. Liverpool scout that player. They get that player for decent money. And the good coaches put them in a good, sustainable system and get the most out of the potential. That's what United need to do. We need to stop spending 100 million here, 100 million there. We need to implement a sustainable system, a sustainable ideology, which is why I believe we should get Ten Hag and his coaches in, get a sustainable scouting system that gets the players that's going to suit the ideology, but also get a board that is willing to back every decision made by the scouts, every decision made by the coach, and not undermine them. And the problem is the board. They'll never let that happen. The board don't want to give up so much power because they're all about money. It's about the brand. It infuriates me about Manchester United. It absolutely does. But that's what our board is like. Guys, please do smash a like on the video if you have not already. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. Because if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfers and more, please do subscribe, because I will be doing a watch along. I'm live at 1:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow, where I'll be giving you all the latest updates on Manchester United. So make sure you subscribe, because I will be doing a watch along to Man United versus Leeds. I do watch alongs, match previews, and match reactions to every Manchester United game on my channel. So if you're not subscribed, please do go and subscribe down below, because I will be live tomorrow. And also my watch along, I interact with the live chat a lot more. So I will be reading out a lot of live chats on my watch along. So if in this video I'm waffling and I'm not reading your live chat comment out, I apologise. I'm more likely to read it in my watch along, because, you know, Man United is so boring. I'm looking at the chat half the time. But I just wanted to throw that out as well. And all that. Bruno, most assists in the Champions League. But yeah, if it was Kevin De Bruyne with the most assists in the Champions League, he'd be world class. No one wants to talk about Bruno. The disrespect towards Bruno Fernandes is mad. And guys, we are only 55 likes away from 200 likes. So do make sure you smash that like button. And Sarja with a good comment here says that United need a manager who's unbiased towards any player and commands authority. And you're absolutely right. We need to stop favouritism. We need to stop the English biasty. We need a manager that's not biased. We need a manager that rewards players on form. We need a manager that's going to command authority. We need Sir Alex back. I tell you, that's what we need. We need someone like Sir Alex back. But most importantly, you know what? I actually think RANGNICK is doing his best to try and stop this player power at Man United. I think RANGNICK's been thrown under the bus by the board. RANGNICK's been thrown under the bus by the players. I think RANGNICK's doing a good job on trying to command authority. We need someone like RANGNICK to try and get a grip on this club, but the next manager needs to be someone that can command authority. And it's going to be very, very difficult for whoever comes into Manchester United next, because, you know, they've got to work with this squad that's difficult. And I'm hoping RANGNICK can sort of sort out the squad so the egos are piped down. So when the new manager comes in, he's not having to work with the players and the board against him. Because right now, RANGNICK has players against him. RANGNICK has the board against him. RANGNICK has everything against him. RANGNICK is set up to fail. And whatever manager that comes into Manchester United, because of how the board act, because of how our players act, like, they are set up to fail. We basically set up our managers to fail, and, you know, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Villa is laughing all the way to the bank, just like Leicester is for selling 100 million. Yeah, I mean, Jack Grealish today was just crap, wasn't he? I mean, I keep seeing, if anyone watched Bend It Like Beckham, I keep seeing the Keira Knightley, Jack Grealish memes. They are quite funny. Steve says he's glad the game's on Sky Sports tomorrow. Me too. I don't get why they don't televise all the games. We pay for Sky here, we pay for BT here, we pay for Prime here. We pay nearly £100 a month to watch football, and you can't even watch all the United games. And they choose which games you watch. It's an absolute disgrace because of that 3 p.m. blackout rule. The 3 p.m. blackout rule, I don't know why it's a thing. It's generally a joke, guys. Like, why is there a 3 p.m. blackout rule? Like, no need for it, no reason for it. It's just to encourage us to go to sort of more games, but we're at a point now where people are just going to watch it their own way anyway. Like, you're just encouraging people to use illegal streams by doing this 3 p.m. blackout rule. It's just crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Guys, make sure you smash a like if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe down below if you're new. Still created that Spurs beat Man City 3-2. The title race is, heating up. The title race is heating up absolutely as well. This could be one of the most interesting title race relegation battles in top 4 seasons ever. Although this is an awful season for United, the Premier League could really heat up. This race for top 4, the race for relegation, the race for the title it's going to be really, really interesting, I think, as well. Ancelotti would have been awesome after Fergie retired. Personally, I disagree. I don't think Ancelotti would want to be at United, wouldn't have the right mindset, like he threw Everton under the bus. And board don't care about manager authority. They want a puppet, and Andrew's absolutely correct with that. Please take Zidane. Personally, I wouldn't take Zidane. And I remember they should live games at Sky at 3 p.m. That was in 2017, as far as I remember. Yeah, they used to, but they don't now. Alice, do you think Ten Hag will come in next season and Van der Beek would stay? Hopefully, Van der Beek continues to do well at Everton. Ten Hag comes in the season, and Van der Beek becomes a Manchester United regular. That's what I'd like as well. But we'll have to see. Ajax have been so good this season, guys. Let me share my screen with you guys. Like, honestly, the shit that Ajax produced this season. I know they're in the Eredivisie, and I know they're the dominant team in the Eredivisie, but let's go to, let me show you this. Where is it? Here. Okay, can you see that? All right, I mean, Ajax, brilliant. But actually, let's be real. Ajax. Okay, let's go look at Ajax, yeah. They just won 1-0 against Fleur. But look at the table here. Goals for 70 goals they've scored and conceded 5. In 23 games, I know it is the Eredivisie, but in 23 games, Ten Hag has scored 70 goals and conceded 5. Like, guys, that's 3 goals a game. Okay, they score 3 goals every game and concede basically every 1 in 5 games. So imagine going 4 games in a row with a clean sheet, then conceding 1 goal. Ajax score 3 goals every game and concede 1 goal in every 5 games. Like, that is just crazy how Ten Hag's got them going. That's why I want Ten Hag. I know it is the Eredivisie, but they are class. Like, in the Champions League, they schooled Dortmund. I know it doesn't mean much because Rangers schooled Dortmund, but honestly, Ajax have been absolutely class this season. We have to go for Ten Hag. I think we will regret it. I think, Man City will probably look at Ten Hag for Pep's successor. Said, yeah, United won the Champions League with Tevez as striker. Biggest mistake Sir Alex Ferguson made to sell him. Tevez had bad attitude problems. The way he celebrated against us. Big up Sir Alex for that. And 38 games shows how good you are. Then 1-off cup game or 2 legs in UEFA tournament, even in the UCL. Only played 12 games to win it. Qualifying round. Yeah, look, obviously the league just shows how good you are more than things. And Ajax is historically dominant, but people forget Ajax were not winning titles for 4 years before Ten Hag. Exactly right there by Andrew. Ten Hag is just a different gravy. This is why I want him. I worry for him if he comes to United because he's not going to get the support of maybe the players and the board, and we could hang him out to dry and make him look crap because look how good Moyes doing now. Look how good Mourinho was before Man United. Look, Van Gaal was a good manager. Rangnick's got a good track record, but none of the managers since Alex Ferguson have looked any good because, unfortunately, our board like to hang people out to dry. Esther16 says, but why they play Donny even if a new manager comes in if they really have an agenda against him? I think there's an agenda higher up against Donny. I think there's a love for Maguire higher up. But I think if Ten Hag comes in and Donny does well on loan at Everton, surely Donny will play because he's a Ten Hag player. He's a Ten Hag player. He knows the system. Ronaldo for captain. Maguire will stay captain. That's true. Ajax do that a lot. I mean, Ajax has been so dominant under Ten Hag, and even in the Champions League, Ajax have looked good. Like Ajax has always been dominant, but Ajax's best years have been under Ten Hag. He's just took them to a new level, and you know Van der Sar has helped, Overmars has helped with that. It is a system at Ajax, but Ten Hag's definitely for me got Ajax to this new level. Someone says United are destroying Henderson's career. Yeah, definitely. I think we should have let Henderson go out on loan. I think it's not Henderson's fault that De Gea has been so good, but I do agree that we should have let Henderson go out on loan, and I don't 100% like how Manchester United treated Dean Henderson. I will say that, but also like I wouldn't start Dean Henderson personally myself as well. Guys, keep smashing the like button, and guys, do remember I will be live at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So if you do want to subscribe because you're not subscribed, I'm doing a watch along to Manchester United versus Leeds tomorrow. Now, the final thing I want to do before I wrap up the live stream is wrong tab. Where are we? We're gonna go and we're going to go to the lineup builder. I'm going to show you how we're going to line up tomorrow versus Leeds. So United will play a 4-3-3 versus Leeds with David De Gea obviously as the goalkeeper. Delo will keep his place as right back. Luke Shaw will keep his place as left back, despite Tellez maybe deserving a chance. Captain Harry Maguire will stay and remain as Manchester United captain. Varane, I assume, will come back in for Lindelof. However, I would like to see a Varane and Lindelof pairing again. Matic is meant to return, but I believe it will be Scott McTominay in the middle. And Scott McTominay has form for playing well against Leeds. Paul Pogba surely has to start after how good he's been lately. And, of course, Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno and Pogba obviously got that hat-trick against Leeds last time. I think we will try and hit Leeds on the counter-attack, and I think that we will be playing Sancho. And I think Rashford will start over Elanga this time because of his pace to get Leeds from in behind. And defensively, Leeds are poor. And obviously, with Cavani out, it's Cristiano Ronaldo up top. I believe this is how United are going to line up versus Leeds tomorrow, if I was going to be 100% honest with you. I think this is how we'll line up versus Leeds as well. Guys, let me know your predicted lineup for Leeds, and let me know your predicted scoreline for Leeds. What do you think the full-time score is going to be for Manchester United versus Leeds? Do you think we're going to win? Do you back us? Are you confident? Do you think we're going to go 1-0 up and bottle it? Like, what are your score predictions for Manchester United versus Leeds tomorrow? Really, really intrigued to see what you guys think is going to happen in that game. I think United are going to win, and I think we will win that game quite comfortably, if I'm being honest with you. I think we're going to win 3-1, which is weird because we've only been scoring 1 goal a game, but Leeds just leak it back. I think we have improved. We have been playing better, and I think we will catch Leeds out, and I think we're going to win 3-1. But do let me know your score prediction down below. People say Leeds are easy. Want Dan James to do good tomorrow? I don't, because it's against United. Dan James did say if he scores against Man United, he'll celebrate. Good job, Dan James won't score, but I mean, that would be funny. That is my starting 11 prediction. I would say that that's what we're going to play as well. People saying 4-2 United. Shaw and Maguire have been leaking goals this season. 1-1 draw, 1-0 United, 3-1 Leeds. Oh no, 3-1 us because Leeds are terrible. 2-1 United. Diego says he thinks United will win 2-0. Hopefully a cheeky clean sheet. And the best thing about Leeds is they don't defend well and they try and attack. So I feel like it will be a good match. Just before Atletico, I feel 3-1 win. And I agree with SS16 there. Guys, Atletico Madrid game is coming soon. Oh my God, subscribe. There is going to be some sick Champions League content on the channel. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe for Champions League previews, Champions League discussions, Champions League podcasts, and Champions League watch-alongs. Because even though United are probably going to get knocked out in the first round, no, we're not. We're going to win the Champions League. We're going to win it. No, we're not. We might, but we probably won't. I am so gassed for the Champions League. So subscribe, because Wednesday night it's going to be a sick watch-along. And now, sick as in, like, hopefully United win and we can vibe, but I cannot wait. So do make sure you're subscribed for the Champions League as well. 2-2, 4-0 United. Atletico did win 3-0. They're starting to get some form. Hopefully it'll be a good game. 3-1. Someone said 6-0. I'd love that. I'd love another 6-1. I'd love another thrash in the Leeds. I'd absolutely love to thrash Leeds again, but I don't think we will thrash Leeds again. I think they've got their act together, and one thing on the RALF RANGNICK is we haven't been thrashing teams on the RALF RANGNICK. We haven't been scoring many goals. And Leeds and Norwich would be good teams to stat pad against. We haven't stat padded against Leeds and Norwich this season, what other teams have. So I would love us to go and stat pad against Leeds. I'd love us to go and stat pad against Norwich, but I don't think we do. Atletico start scoring more than 1 goal in a match consistently. And Leeds will win 2-1 tomorrow. Focus on the Champions League. I don't think Leeds will win. I'll be shocked if Leeds win. If Leeds win, I'll tell you what though, if Leeds win, we'll never hear the end of it. Leeds' biggest game of the season is Man United. Leeds' biggest rivals are Man United. If Leeds beat United tomorrow, that's their Champions League. Like, that is their Champions League for Leeds fans. We don't care about Leeds. City are rivals. Liverpool are rivals. Arsenal are bigger rivals than Leeds. But we are Leeds' arch nemesis. Leeds fans will think they won the Champions League if they beat us tomorrow. I tell you what, we better win just for our own sanity. Because luckily, I don't know many Leeds fans, but they're fucking annoying, the ones I know. Honestly, so annoying. 2-2 prediction as well. I mean, hopefully Leeds don't win. 3-1. I'm going 3-1 United. Like, honestly, someone says Fred out. I actually do like Fred. I like Fred, Pogba, Bruno, but I don't like Fred, McTominay, Bruno. Do you know what I mean? I like Fred when he plays without McTominay. Fred's good when he doesn't play with McTominay. I like Scott McTominay, and I like Fred, but I don't like them together. And Andrew with the funny comment here saying that Fred is due for his one good match in 10, which is normally against Leeds. Honestly, you know, Scott McTominay has one masterclass every 10 games, and it could fall tomorrow. Hopefully it does fall tomorrow. You know, Scotty masterclass is what we like to see. They actually weren't that good in the last Leeds game at Ellen Road, to be fair. Or was it Ellen Road or was it Old Trafford? No, like, we were good. Sorry, like last season when we played Leeds, and I think even in the 5-1 thrashing, they weren't that good in the midfield. But hopefully Scott will have another masterclass versus Leeds like he did last year. That masterclass that Scott McTominay had versus Leeds last year, that was juicy. 3-1 United is your prediction. Like, guys, by the way, I am going to end the live stream here. But you know I'm going to be live tomorrow, 1:45 p.m. tomorrow UK time. I will be live for a Manchester United versus Leeds watch along. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed to Alice Talks Football, please click that subscribe button. It'd be very much appreciated, because I will be live tomorrow for a Manchester United versus Leeds watch along. Should be a juicy game, should be an interesting game. I will be doing a match reaction afterwards. So do make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Go smash a like, go smash a subscribe. Thank you everybody for tuning into today's video. It's been a good live stream. Bish bash bosh on that. Like, subscribe, share. See you next time. Bye.